Alright guys, so welcome to some more AOR AC Season 2 highlights, this time for round 7 of the season at Imola. And as you can see, we're in qualifying right now, and I couldn't record my qualifying lap because there was an issue with Xbox where I couldn't actually start the stream in qualifying, the start of qualifying, so I can't show you the lap. And I couldn't even record it on my game DVR either, which is very strange. It could be something to do with the Xbox update. It's just a weird scenario, but we qualified in P5, which was okay, 47.6. We were doing like 47.2s beforehand, but I think the grip was relatively low at the start of the session, so I couldn't get a lap in properly that I wanted to get in. So P5 on the grid wasn't too bad for me. It's a good position to start from, and we'll see how it all goes into the race. So here we are into the start of the race, and this is the race start here, and we're having 5 red lights here for the start of the race, and we are lights out and away we go. We get a pretty decent start, actually, a pretty good launch compared to, I think that was Chaos Theory, who didn't actually get the start that he wanted to. We move over to the left hand side and we actually get into P4 at the start, and we're having a little look on the inside to see if anything possible on the inside of Franglish, but we're not going to actually make the move. We're not going to risk it at the start of the race. We're going to keep it all calm and all steady. We don't want to push it, and already into P4 I was pretty happy with that. I was like, okay, this is a pretty good start to the race. So we're just trying to follow these guys ahead, top 3, and it was really important just to get through the first lap unscathed, really. That is the main important thing in these races. But you can see, I think it's, I don't know who's behind, I think it's Burnout actually who's behind us. He actually had a really good start as well. So our teammate had a really good start as well, and I think EVR is actually, I think it's an EVR 3, 4 and 5, and I think Chirac is obviously in P1. So 4 EVR drivers in the top 5 was pretty cool, actually. I didn't even realise this until now. But through here, I was very cautious. I turned in way too early, and Burnt's got a good run on us. And I've got Franglish on the right hand side, who's actually gone wide, and we're just going to keep on the inside and keep Burnt on the outside. And he can try and keep with us, and I'm going to squeeze him off, but he gets a really good cut back on us on the right hand side, heading into the chicane section right now. I'm going to leave him the space. I wasn't intending to fight too hard on it, so I'm going to brake as we usually would do, keep on the outside and into the inside. He, I think, runs it wide, and we get the move done, but I think he actually got some time penalties. But now Chaos Theory is now all over us, and you can see already it's been a chaotic first lap, and you can see the guys in the top 3 have already got away, so we're just squabbling over position. Chaos gets on the inside. I wasn't going to fight it too hard, and there he goes into P3. So after his bad start, he's able to recover and back into P3. Yeah, so that's pretty good from us, and I was pretty happy with the start, even though we lost some time to the top 2. So that was that, really. Pretty good. I was just trying to keep consistent and keep with Chaos as much as I could, but he was too rapid for me. Top 3, these top 3 are definitely top 3 in terms of pace in this league. It's just incredible how quick they are. So going on to lap 4 now, into chicane. We've got Franglish, who's behind us. He spun earlier, as we saw. And this time, we've got, I think that was actually Chaos actually going slowly, and I think he had a 5-second penalty for cutting, so for extending that, probably that AstroTurf on the right-hand side of the exit of the chicane. So we get him to P3 now, and I said to myself, now this is the chance for us to actually come home in P3 and defend as hard as we could. This was the main priority. This is almost like, was like Magione P number 2 almost, because at Magione we actually had the same situation where we actually were in P3 and we're defending for it, and in these cars it isn't easy to overtake no matter what circuit, but obviously Magione was actually harder, and now we're in that position where we always want to be. And in P3 it was really good to be in that position defending against Franglish, but generally I didn't have the pace. Again, it's something to do with the front tyre warm up, and he got Franglish in the back, which actually has span out and hit the wall. He got some light damage from that, so we managed to get some breathing space, but for some reason the front tyres were always cold. I tried doing some stuff with the setup, but I just couldn't get the front tyres to warm in, so I was always struggling with understeer. So not ideal, and I've had that situation, the same problem for the last 2 out of 3 races. But lap 16 now, we're still in P3, and you can see now we have Chaos Theory and Franglish. Franglish actually is behind us, who are now putting pressure on me, and now I just have to drive as cleanly as I could and not make a single mistake, because if you make one mistake you lose 2 positions like that. So I had to make sure that I just kept my head down and just focused, and I was doing that for the majority of this race. I did not make a mistake. I kept focused, because I knew that if I made a mistake, that was 2 positions going out the window. So just racing as hard as I could, like 21 or 23. We're still in P3, and you can see we've been in this position for the majority of the race, doing a superb job, not cutting, not having any penalties, not making any mistakes, and this was the main priority at this point, just keeping our head down and not making a single mistake. Heading into the penultimate corner, which obviously was really difficult, and I make a mistake. That's my first mistake, and it went wrong for me. Franglish got on our inside. I thought actually it was Chaos, but it was actually Franglish. He got on our inside. Now I got a really bad run through the last corner. Chaos Theory can get us as well, and I was so annoyed with that. That's again, as I said, one mistake, and it's cost me 2 positions, and that's the way it is. You know, I lost the podium at that point. Really annoying for me. I kept it all intact, but generally this actually was a really good race for me. Really bulletproof. We kept it clean. We didn't we didn't spin. We didn't crash ourselves. Obviously, that was going deep into the penultimate corner. Obviously, was a bad thing, but made a mistake. There you go. I don't think it was pressure. I just think I generally made a mistake myself. I think it was the brakes. That corner is generally pretty difficult. But that's the way it is. And these two were much faster than me anyway. I just didn't have the pace to be here, and that was generally because of the front tyres. I really struggled with just warm up on the front tyre. I don't know what it was. It's something to do with my setup, and I'll try and look into it for the last race of the season at Laguna Seca. But yeah, that was affecting my pace a lot in qualifying as well. But generally, we didn't have the issue at the start of the season, which is kind of concerning. So we've had it towards the end, sort of the mid part of the season. So if we had a Nordschleife, which obviously was to be expected, but we were able to fix that in the rerun of Nordschleife. But here, I've had it all over. But now we've got some yellow flags in front of us. Out of the exit of the last chicane now, and it's our teammate, or one of our teammates, is actually Franglish. He's actually spun off again. So he's, having what I was having kind of near the start of the season, where it was easy to spin, and you're pushing so hard to the point where you're spinning it. And I wasn't pushing that hard in this race. I generally was trying to keep it and focusing on just trying to keep it on the black stuff. You can see the amount of lock I was putting into the last couple of corners, but I still wasn't getting the pressure in the actual tyre temperature into the fronts. But now at this point, P4, I was happy to take P4. I think P4 seems to be kind of my favourite position this season, constantly getting these P4 finishes. But things started to go wrong again towards the end of this race. So I know twist isn't over, but we had a big gap to Franglish, and this is where it went wrong. I went on the last turf, I kept accelerating, and bang, 5-second penalty like I had in Brands Hatch. This time I learned from my mistake and didn't actually accelerate when it says 0 seconds to wait. That lost me 5, 6, 7 seconds of lap time, and that meant that at that point I kind of started thinking, Franklin's going to catch up to us, and he had more pace than me. You can see he's now very close to us, and I kind of thought that maybe my P4 was doomed in a sense. So big mistake for me. I was very angry with that. And then going on to lap 30, he's still, he's thereabouts, but we actually got a decent gap. But this is where it goes wrong again. I think penultimate corner, yes, we again could make the same mistake, and I tell you the reason for that. My actual audio on my headset went, so my controller went off. Even though it was hardwired into my Xbox, it actually went off somehow. I lost audio, and I had to turn it back on this straight. So I turned it back on this straight, and I had it all back again. But yeah, when you don't have any audio, you can't really focus as much because you don't know what's going on with the car, so you have to guess slightly. I was driving okay actually, considering, but it just was a pain, so I lost even more time there. Going on to the end of the penultimate lap now, and we got Franglish all over us. So those two mistakes had cost us P4 at that point. I knew it. So heading into this last lap, I was going to push as hard as I dared to try and make sure I stayed in front. And actually, if anything, I actually will do my personal best for the right laps of the race at this point as well. 48.7, 48.2 there, and as if the pad actually was probably affecting things. So I started actually getting a bit more confident towards the end of this race. But I definitely did overfuel the car. We've got like 16 litres left of fuel left, so I definitely overfueled. But heading into this chicane now, really tricky, and I fuck it up so badly. As you can see, I've gone wide. I'm going even more wider. I'm trying to defend from Franglish. I keep to the inside. I move over, and he's still there, and he gets through on me, and he barges me out the way. And at first I thought I closed enough. I thought that move wasn't on because I thought generally he didn't have the space, but he did. Now we're just argy-barging it. I was angry with it, and now he goes around the outside, I go on the inside, we're side by side, really good racing. I'm trying to keep it as fair as I can without anything wrong, and he's on the inside, I try on the outside, try to turn back, but he got the move done there, and I was very angry with that. And at this point of the race, I thought I just lost P4, and I was in a good position to finish the race, and I was really angry with that. Me and him had a good battle at Magione as well, but he managed to win this one. But I was frustrated because at first I thought the gap wasn't there at that corner. I definitely felt that on I squeezed enough to the inside to the point where there wasn't room. But I looked at his POV, and he actually did generally have room, and he managed to barge past me. So I was a bit angry with that. For me, I should have closed even more and even more aggressively. But I think I thought I closed it off enough, but I didn't, obviously. So that was my mistake. That's how I lost P4, and I came home in P5 in the end, which is still good points. I'm not unhappy with the points, it's still good points, but I'm just a bit gutted that I lost P4 in the end through my own mistakes towards the end of that race and some of the audio problems I had. So that was that. P5, finished penultimate race of the season. We've got the last race at Laguna Seca next week, so I'll take that result pretty happily. So well on to Chirac, who actually won the race in the end ahead of Seppel. El Balfour did a fantastic job there in P1, P2, Chaos in P3, Franks in P4, and myself in P5. So that was that race. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like and subscribe for more racing content on the channel, and I'll see you very soon for the last race of the season next week. Thanks, guys.